tell you what, why don't you say what if you like to sleep with your own sister?
Being a wrestler is no easy task, as it comes with plenty of ups and downs, including dealing with wild fans who can cross the line every now and then. But being the total professionals that they are, these 10 wrestlers were able to keep their composure and clap back against rude fans who tried to hijack their moment.
Go back to Toronto! From Winnipeg, you idiot!
Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new website, Wrestlelamia.com. Number 1, Alexa Bliss shuts down the what chants.
I swear to God, you say what one more time.
Despite being decades old, the what chants are alive and well in pro wrestling. Alexa Bliss isn't the first person who had to deal with this annoying phrase, but the former WWE Raw Women's Champion had a very clever response when she caught wind of the chants on Raw. Little Miss Bliss was bragging about her accomplishments when fans grew weary of her promo. Bliss improvised nicely by responding with,
If you're a failure, say what? My point exactly.
At that moment, smoothly enhanced Bliss's promo as it only further proved her heel logic, yet it smartly shut down fans without distracting from the segment too long.
Alexa Bliss is the best, say what? Exactly.
Number 2, Batista calls fans $signs. Say what you will about Batista, but the former WWE Champion was at his very best when he was a heel.
No, count! I hate you too! At the official.
When he abandoned his babyface shtick to feud with John Cena in 2010, the future WWE Hall of Famer went out of his way to trash the fans on the Go Home episode of WrestleMania 26. He hilariously mocked John Cena, but the most memorable lines came from him savagely burning the fans. The best one was,
When I look at you, I don't see fans. I don't even see people. I see money, money, money.
There was some genuine truth to that statement, but Batista essentially calling the fans worthless in his eyes really made you want to see John Cena beat the holy hell out of him. Despite this being one of Batista's best promos, not everyone behind the scenes thought so, including Vince McMahon himself. Big Dave stated that Vince felt that it was one of the worst promos he'd ever heard. It's not clear why Vince felt that way, but this was one of the more memorable promos of the 2010s. Number 3, CM Punk challenges fan to a fight. Now you never know what you're gonna get when it comes to CM Punk, whether it's the infamous pipe bomb promo or praising muffins. The former WWE Champion will always go down as one of the best talents of the modern era. Though there are so many great promos from the straight-edge superstar to choose from, one of the best happens to be against a random fan who was booing Punk on Monday Night Raw. It appeared that Punk was legitimately annoyed at the guy booing him during his promo to Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar. So Punk did something all babyfaces usually do. He challenged the man to a fight. Actually, his exact words were,
So if you have the... I dare you, fatso, to step up and be a man and fight CM Punk!
This was so strange because Punk was a top babyface calling out a fan for something that's happened in pro wrestling for decades. The fans wanted nothing to do with Punk, so the WWE star told him to sit down and shut his mouth. It's not clear what set CM Punk off here, but it is one of the more memorable moments throughout his storied career. Number 4, Stephanie McMahon. You'll last longer than CM Punk.
These people want you to quit, just like CM Punk did.
Remember when WWE hated CM Punk? Well, before the controversial star made his grand return at the Survivor Series 2023 PLE, any shot that the company could take against the former WWE Champion, they did. But here's a funny little secret. Chicago is the birthplace of Mr. Phil Brooks, so naturally WWE is no stranger to CM Punk chants whenever they visit Chicago. This was especially true since Punk was making waves in the UFC, well, at least until he made his debut against Mickey Gall. It took 2 minutes and 14 seconds for him to beat the Chicago native, but that didn't stop the crowd from obsessively chanting his name on Monday Night Raw. Being the pure savage that she is, Stephanie McMahon told the crowd that if they kept up the chants going for 2 minutes 15, then they'd last 1 second longer than Punk did in the Octagon. Say what you will about WWE's treatment of Punk before his triumphant return, but that was a funny burn that instantly put the Chicago crowd right in their place. Number 5, Triple H attacks the Smarks. Triple H is the master at tearing into the fans, as the former WWE champion has always been the ultimate heel. This promo, however, was a bit different as Triple H decided to go after the smart crowd. Triple H popped out his favorite social media buzzwords during this infamous promo, chastising keyboard warriors who had nothing better to do than to try and tell the company how to book their product. The chief brand operating officer made it clear that he was targeting the IWC as he repeatedly referred to him and his friend Mark throughout the promo. This term is typically used to highlight the smart wrestling fans who often criticize WWE's booking, and this promo was clearly in response to the IWC constantly playing backseat booker. The promo worked because Triple H was a heel at the time, but it was clear as day that officials were slyly telling the critical portion of the audience to keep their mouths shut and just enjoy the product. Number 6, Roman Reigns tells all dudes to sip beer and shut your mouth. Roman Reigns has come a long way since WWE tried to cram him down the audience's throat as a blue-eyed babyface of the next generation. The current undisputed Universal Champion has heard some of the worst chants thrown at him, from generic Roman sucks to the family-friendly F you Roman chants. The WWE star has dealt with some of the worst chants out of anyone on the roster, so it's not surprising that he fired back on some of those chants at one point. That came during a segment where Roman interrupted his Shield brother Dean Ambrose. The fans cut him off by chanting "You can't wrestle." Frustrated, Reigns told all the dudes chanting "I can't wrestle" to calm down, relax, take a sip of beer, and shut their mouths. As you can imagine, WWE's chosen babyface didn't receive a favorable reaction to the statement. The notion that Roman Reigns can't wrestle was always silly, as the WWE Undisputed Universal Champion has always been able to carry his own in the ring, but those chants got to show just how much the crowd hated Roman Reigns when Vince was pushing him hard as a babyface. Number 7, Cesaro gets frustrated with Beach Ball Mania. WWE went through a strange period where fans brought in beach balls and played with them during matches. The trend started on Raw after WrestleMania in 2016, and the company was on board for this for a while. Unfortunately, the beach balls became the new what chants as fans started using them to entertain themselves, and they would often hijack the show. It was quite disrespectful to the performers inside the ring, so when Cesaro took it upon himself to end this trend, it created a lasting moment that fans wouldn't forget. It all happened during SummerSlam 2017, and Cesaro and Sheamus were defending their WWE Tag Team titles against Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. Despite this being a strong competitive match, the beach ball came back out and Cesaro wasn't having any of it. In the spur of the moment, he ran into the crowd, grabbed the ball, and used his Superman strength to tear it open. He explained on All Things Wrestling Radio why he destroyed the beach ball, though the Swiss Superman didn't need to give a reason in the first place. It's SummerSlam, arguably the second biggest pay-per-view of the year. Myself and Sheamus are out there against Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins for the WWE Tag Team Championships. We poured our hearts into this match, and I look out and see some schmucks playing with a beach ball, so I decided to put an end to that because if I'm in the ring, that's the most exciting thing to watch. Since that moment, WWE went out of its way to ban beach balls, and it effectively ended one of the most annoying trends that happened in the company. Number 8, Kevin Owens calls Full Sail crowd undeserving pieces of trash. Are you the John Cena wrestling fans? That's who Kevin Owens called a Full Sail crowd during his memorable promo on the Go Home show for NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. Kevin Owens is a well-known trash talker, so he's no stranger to tearing down fans in his promos, but his response was based on the fact that Full Sail crowd wasn't happy that the big TakeOver event was taking place in Brooklyn. Owens tore into the crowd after loud chants of "Brooklyn sucks." The WWE star called them hypocrites for wanting NXT to succeed but booing other places that hosted NXT besides Full Sail. Owens then labeled the crowd the John Cena of wrestling fans. The crowd booed the hell out of Owens, but he didn't care. He mocked them because he wouldn't see TakeOver Brooklyn live, and he labeled them ungrateful, undeserving pieces of trash. It was an incredible promo because Owens was able to stay in character trashing the fans, yet nicely defended NXT's growth that allowed them to sell out a 13,000-seat arena in Brooklyn. Number 9, The Rock trashes the Canadian fans. The most electrifying man in sports entertainment has had so many infamous promos in his catalogue that a top 20 list would be too short. However, there's a reason why so many fans consider him the great one, and it's because of tremendous promos like this. Hollywood Rock was a fun character, and to see him rag on the Canadian crowd in this remarkable segment was a blast from beginning to end. The Rock had complete control of the Canadian crowd, seamlessly interacting with the rowdy crowd while never losing sight of his overall promo. Whether he was trashing Maple Leafs, insulting the country, or stopping the crowd from saying his final catchphrase, The Rock's mission was to get out as much heat as possible, and he masterfully pulled it off like it was nothing. Hollywood Rock didn't last long, but this brief heel stint has produced some of the most unforgettable moments in WWE.
Know your role, just shut your mouth, take all your booze, stick them straight up your maple syrup sucking candy ass.
And number 10, Shawn Michaels trolls the Canadian crowd. Canada has eased up on Shawn Michaels these days, but the former WWE champion was public enemy number one following his controversial Montreal screwjob for years. Fresh off his shocking heel turn against Hulk Hogan, Michaels came back to Montreal and possibly did his best promo ever. It wasn't just the promo itself that was top notch, but it was clear that Michaels could read how the crowd would react, as his responses were quick-witted and heelishly good. The trolling only elevated his segment further. The Bret Hart moment was an excellent exercise in manipulating the crowd, as the theme song played long enough to build anticipation for Bret Hart's shocking return, and Michaels helped sell the moment with his incredible facial expressions. But it only got better after this was revealed as a ruse. Even when Michaels pulled the same stunt with Hogan, there was genuine hope that someone would finally shut him up. But Michaels pulled a rug on the Canadian crowd and had him eating in the palm of his hands. Say what you will about Michaels vs Hogan at SummerSlam, but the former champ made great use of his brief heel turn and created one of the best promo segments ever.
You Canucks are not the sharpest knives in the drawer.
At number 11, EOS Sky shuts down a racist fan. Whilst most fans are respectful at events, some fans just can't resist from being inappropriate. This was the case when a fan decided to make a racist remark to popular star EOS Sky in NXT. A fan in the crowd would yell to Sky, and Sky would hear this comment and would respond by saying, and to add insult to injury, she would then do the splits in front of him. The fan's ignorance was completely exposed, and it goes without saying that if you attend a wrestling event, it's important to show respect for the talent in the ring. 10 WWE wrestlers who shut down the fans brutally. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.